Hinaru,
Tunchai.
welcome to another episode of
Tacos and Döner Tales.
In Germany.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Tunchai. I'm happy to be here after, I don't know how many weeks since the last time that we recorded an episode. And actually, you were on holidays.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. How do I look?
And you look, to be honest, you're like radiating kind of a very good vibe. More happier, I would say.
Thank you, Hinaru.
But tell me, I know that you already went to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Or to Malle, according to the Germans.
Yes, it was really an amazing experience in Mallorca. I told you that I'm a totally different person.
Oh, that's a big statement. But
that
why?
I will not go into details. We can talk about it later.
Sure.
There are some reasons that I'm totally different person.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's an island. It's a beautiful island. There are a lot of things to do in the island. Even though, look, when the flight landed and I get off from the plane, my mood has changed. It's amazing. I don't know why, because when you get off from the plane, there are still Germans around. You know, mostly it's Germans, because mostly your flight landed as the other German flights landed, so you only hear again German. But still, the feeling that I'm out of Germany, you know, there's there are a lot of videos which says the best thing to do in Germany, leave.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah, but just to add something regarding, of course, that's a joke. That's a video. It's a joke video that has been running in the media for a while. But nevertheless, that's what you mentioned. Doesn't it have to be that actually you're already in the holiday mood in your mind? Because actually that happens, I would say, regardless where you go. As soon as you land to the place that where you're gonna do your holidays, your mind tells you, that's it. Here it starts. And then you get this boost. I do not know, because when I have traveled to other places just to do holidays, as soon as I land, it's also, finally arrived. Now let's go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the same, but still, being in a different country made me so happy. I mean,
a different country
out of Germany, yeah, outside of Germany.
But I also have heard that, of course, in a joke way, that Mallorca or Malle is the 17th state of Germany.
That is correct. I will complain about it later.
Oh, complain! Oh, that sounds
yes.
Okay.
But let's first start about Mallorca. Yeah.
Yes.
Mallorca is actually a very big island. It's just really close to Barcelona, which means that only 140 minutes of flight from Frankfurt to Mallorca is relatively close, I would say. And there is only 1 million people living in the island, by the way, for the records. Yes. And every year, how many tourists do you think visiting Mallorca?
How many tourists?
How many tourists are visiting Mallorca yearly?
If I'm gonna guess, I would say 1 million people are living there. I would say in a factor of 10.
Yes, you're on a good track.
What do you? I didn't get it. 10 million more than 10 million?
Just a bit more than 10 million.
A bit 12?
Okay, yeah, between 11 and 12 million.
But that's too much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just think about it. Just to put that in perspective, the German cities. Which German cities are above 1 million?
Berlin, Hamburg,
Munich.
Hamburg too.
Hamburg, I think Hamburg also as well is also nearly 1 million or so close above the million. Yeah. But those are the biggest cities. Just think about it. And then those cities, or one of those cities, well, Berlin has 5, but let's say 10 million people. Boy, that's a lot for
Also, let me ask you another question.
Yes.
So out of, let's say, okay, 11 million, yeah? Every year 11 million is visiting Mallorca, Male. What is the percentage of
that's a good question.
German tourists in this pie?
Well, I already know that Mali is a very, and because of this joke that is 17 state, I would say 80%.
Oh, 80 is a bit promising. It's half of 80%. 40%. As it's still a lot, which makes, honestly speaking, 3 to 4 million German each year flying to Mallorca. It's a huge number, isn't it?
Yeah, put it in perspective, then yes. Yeah, 3 million. To be honest, I would expect that it would be a little bit more. Of those 11 million, I thought that...
I thought the same.
That it would be nearly 70-80%. Of course, those islands in the Mediterranean Sea, they have very good connection to all the countries. But I thought that the Germans were let's say, by far the biggest.
Honestly, I just Googled it. Maybe it's wrong. I took the first result in Google. Sorry, it might be wrong.
Yeah, but that's how you find information. And then, of course, let's compare it. Let's share it. If please write on the comments if there's something that we are saying that is not accurate, because actually we made our research, and yeah, as you mentioned, Chai.
Yeah. So I love the island. Yeah. Honestly speaking, I was staying a bit far away from the city center. So city center is called Palma, and there is this district, Germans called Palaman. I don't know what does this mean. Okay. I mean, I know what Palaman is, but I don't know why Germans call it as Palaman, because let's say in the Palaman there are a lot of German restaurants, German bars, German whatever you name it. Everything is German actually, yeah. Okay. And yeah, you enter the street or you enter the district, you only hear nothing but German. Yeah, I would say that district is even more German than Germany, the whole Germany. People are drunk, partying like crazy. I think it was 5 p.m. that I went there, and I already saw people already got drunk.
But really drunk,
like you mean really like shuffling.
Like almost,
like okay. Really shuffling, yeah.
It's kind of early. Or maybe they were finishing the party of the last day. I don't know.
That could be. And so that place is also a bit far away from the city center already, meaning that I was actually really far away from German district. But still, it was really nice holiday. The hotel was really nice it wasn't by the beach, but it was by the sea. Even though we didn't have this sand and stuff, it was really nice. And first of all, weather was really good. It wasn't that hot. People are really warm. And food, I love the food in Mallorca.
Really?
First of all, anything you eat is fresh, like crazy. Yeah, it's like you feel like, okay, let's say you eat calamar. Calamar is Tintin fish, right?
Yes, of course.
It's like they just it feels like they just catch the Tintin fish and bring it to the table. Holy, it's really amazing, yeah. And also what I like, the olives in Mallorca, they taste different, man.
Really?
Okay. They taste amazing.
To be honest, just one thing is that the Spanish food in general is actually is a very good cuisine. So when you have all these tapas and all these dishes that you are mentioning, calamares, you have olives, you have also kind of another fish that they also prepare in, let's say, in small tapas, and in small dishes, and then to just serve it along with your drink, with your beer, and actually that's a very cool, a very nice cuisine, to be honest. And then if you get it fresh and you say, okay, wow, to be honest, I can fully understand it.
And the food was a bit expensive, but it's worth of every penny. Especially wherever you go, doesn't matter which tapas restaurant you go, they bring you avioli or alioli. Sorry. Each restaurant has own signature.
Okay,
in their alioli, Each alioli, how do you say alioli?
Alioli.
Each alioli that I ate was different in different restaurants. I love it. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
The texture, the context, it was different in each restaurant. I think they prepare their alioli early in the morning. Could be.
Usually the alioli is made with eggs and with with garlic. Those are the main ingredients. Of course, you can put something extra. I will open just a parenthesis because I really like it, and I buy alioli here in Germany. When you go to the supermarkets, buy the alioli. I will not say the brand, but buy the alioli that is yellow. Because the other aliolis that you find here in Germany, they are basically mayonnaise with a little bit of garlic. If you want to try the best one, in my personal opinion, buy the one that is yellow. That one. And I will close the parenthesis.
I wish we were sponsored by that brand, but we were not.
And we're not getting anything. But nevertheless, that's good food. Try it with a piece of bread and then, amazing. Sorry, Tunchai.
Let's get back to the Mallorca.
Yes.
So I want to bring a critic. I want to criticize German in this sense, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, be prepared.
Please.
So normally, German people are complaining that foreigners are not really adapting to the German society, to the German culture, etc. Blah, blah, blah.
You mean here in Germany?
Here in Germany.
Okay.
Here in Germany, Germans complain that foreigners are not adapting to the culture. Let me express some feelings that I had. Also German, please take a look at the picture from different perspective, yeah? So when I was in Mallorca, when I was in Palaman, everything was German, yeah? Bars, restaurants, even though the songs are German. God damn it, it's a Spanish island, right?
Yes, it is a Spanish island, yeah.
So even though you go there as a tourist, you bring your own culture. I mean, Germans bring their own culture. Or you can argue that, this is touristic purpose, they bring money, etc. But as you can see, when people go abroad, they tend to come together. Even though, let's say, they don't want it, but they tend to come together. And they live their culture. Even though for a very short time, even though you're a tourist, you still wanna live your culture. So please, my friends, stop criticizing actually foreigners in this country, because we are paying taxes, and maybe those taxes are more than the money that you bring to Mallorca. And even though you go to Mallorca for a very short period of time, you bring your own culture and you enjoy your culture. And please do not stop us enjoying our culture here in Germany. We are already adapted. Thank you, Enaro.
You don't have to thank me.
I mean, every person here is adapted in their own way. Some people do it in German way. Some people do it in their own way. But each foreigner here is adapted in their own way.
Definitely, that's for sure. Okay, here, because here we're mixing let's say two things. One thing is, okay, how is everything, the adaptation and the way of life here in Germany, and the other part is, okay, how is it in Mallorca. In one sense, I think that you have a point, but on the other hand, at least Mallorca also was built for tourism, and I will not say that the whole Mallorca is colonized because of this Balaman. Okay, the most famous beaches. They have been basically for the German market. They have just adjusted everything for the German market. I will just in 30 seconds. This reminds me a little bit of one big city that there's in Mexico, whose the name is Cancun.
I heard that. Yeah.
At the Caribbean Sea, very nice. It's really at the top of at the let's say at the far south, let's say southwest of the country, and actually Cancun was created just to be a holiday, a touristic place for all the people from the US and Canada. And now if you go there, you see the big resorts, you see everything already, let's say, built according to their taste. If you go to the restaurants, it's expensive, the food is not that good, it's always the same kind of food, just big burgers, hot dogs, French fries, in huge portions, fatty. And that's not our food, but that place was built exactly for that, and that's a place where actually receives a lot of money, a lot of revenue because of this massive tourism that has been that receives every year. So that's why it kind of resembles me a little bit of what happens in Mallorca, but that doesn't mean that that actually, if you travel, sometimes it's easier for for some persons that you go and you live what you already know.
I mean, look, I joined a walking tour in Mallorca.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any single German. Actually,
really?
It was only 3 people. It's me, my friend, and another person. So imagine 11 million tourists are visiting the island.
Okay. And then I think
it was a walking tour. It was only 3 people. So what I'm saying is that from the psychological perspective, I think this is a valid point, that when you go abroad and see your own nationality, you tend to come together and also live your culture in your way.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is my point that I wanted to share.
Yeah, and I said it, I think it's quite valid and definitely. Well, I never been in Mallorca. Well, now I'm curious, to be honest, to go there. But also one comment you said is that if you were doing this walking tour, there are only 3 people, and we're saying that there are plenty, millions of tourists. Why only 3 people? Was it boring, the walking tour?
No, simply tourists are not really interested in the history of the island or in the culture of the island. That's it. So they just go there for sun, for party, for getting drunk.
Okay, the targets, they were very specific.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
okay.
But I enjoyed each day of Mallorca. Food, people, history. Sightseeing. It was really good for me. It really fulfilled my expectation, even though it went beyond my expectation. And yeah.
Would you recommend to go there despite all this massive tourism?
I would recommend, of course, once in a lifetime you should do it, but you shouldn't be going there every year.
Okay, once in a lifetime. And I think that's something that at least now it's on my to-do list.
Let me put it in this perspective. Would you recommend me to go to Cancun?
Well played, Tunchai.
Yes,
well played.
Yeah. What do you
say? Yes. Yes, not because I don't want just to jump into details, but yeah, I think it's worth it to go there at least once. It offers plenty of stuff and different budgets. And it's not only the party, the hard drinking, spring break. No, there's also some other stuff that is a little bit outside of that very specific objective.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope one day I will visit Cancun.
For sure. Yeah, just let me know. I'll be there, and then I would gladly do a tour over there. Since
that will be amazing.
Yeah, I know that place quite well. But just one thing, the last thing here in about Mallorca, for example, when you were there, so basically you were able to, let's say, to move through the islands only by speaking English, or were you? Of course, when you're in Balaman, you need to use the German language, as the language that actually opens the door and, let's say, and engage contact with people. But besides that, would you say that if I only speak English, would that also be enough for me to go to Mallorca?
Yes, I mean everyone in the island somehow they communicate, but what I really surprised
Yes.
is that, imagine you are living in a very touristic island, but the level of English people know is
quite low.
It's quite low.
That's why I'm asking.
That was quite shocking for me. Yeah, but you're living in an island. It's mostly sunny. Instead of studying English, of course, there are better things to do outside, right?
That's for sure. I was just asking because I know that, because I also have seen it. I will just make a comment of Spain. Spanish people, we like you, but just here comes one constructive point of view from me, which Spain lives from the tourism and the level of English that the people that they work usually in this sector is not very high. So when you have foreigners coming, it's a little bit difficult sometimes when you have to, I do not know, to communicate whatever you need at the hotel, at the restaurant, and I have seen it plenty of times. That's why I was asking, how was your experience outside of Balaman? How was your experience in Mallorca?
You don't have to know literature in English.
Of course not.
But it was enough to communicate, at least for them. But I also love that Spanish people speak in Spanish, a lot of speaking, blah, 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 blah. They never stop speaking. I also love that part, especially women. Spanish women, they like talking.
Just listen. It's
Exactly.
I also like. And final question from my side: budget.
Oh,
how expensive or how cheap or?
Okay.
Is it affordable?
I visited Mallorca 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, compared to 6 years ago, the prices are doubled.
Mm-hmm. So in 2018.
2018.
Mm-hmm. The price is double.
Yeah, I would say so, really.
In accommodation?
Accommodation is not really doubled, but I would say the food prices are doubled. Also, alcohol prices or soft drink prices are doubled. I would say if you are going as a family and if you stay in the same room, it is going to be cheap. But if you go two guys like us and staying in the different rooms, it's expensive. Yeah, because we paid for each room 600 euros.
For the week.
For 500 euros.
So 100 a night, more or less.
Yeah, but if you were a couple, it would have been much cheaper.
Yeah, indeed.
If we spent a lot because we wanted to leave the island fully, experience the island fully, I would say 2,000 euros for a week.
For one person?
For one person, including everything, yeah?
Yeah, of course, eating, going out. Did you rent a car?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, also renting a car. There is no Airbnb in the island, by the way. It's forbidden. This is what we heard from the locals, because Airbnb is hurting, damaging the hotel business. So
the only option that you have are hotels, and then plus food, transport, car.
We could find the cheaper accommodation, but We were like, okay, since we are making money, goddamn, once in a time, once in a life, let's enjoy.
Of course, on your holidays, you must be comfortable.
Yeah.
Definitely. When I go there, I will set a live session, right? Live.
I actually thought about it.
Yeah.
Thinking like, okay, Döner is in Mallorca now.
That was so cool. And then tacos is in Mallorca as well.
That would be... Actually, that's a great idea.
Let's do it.
We should do it from time to time.
Yeah, sure.
Say, like posting a picture, tacos doing this. Döner is doing that,
Definitely. I'm in.
Perfect. Genaro?
Tunchai.
Thank you very much.
No, thanks you for sharing your experience and
anytime.
See you the next time.
See you next time.